To give pause is to use discretion, prejudice to know the ledge is like knowledge. To give pause, you are pertaining to the knowledge as far as how to, before you go forward, like on the remote control, there's a symbol, the pause button. And now it's deep because Solomon's temple had two obelisks, and they lived in a flood zone. So they had papyrus or parchments, right, that had knowledge. Then if you live in a flood zone, your parchments are in danger. Your parchments would be in danger. And you would say like, oh, like raise the knowledge up higher, right? And so that it wouldn't flood, right? But see, like floods and shit, like you bring a building down, it can challenge the foundation of a building, right? And they're right putting it higher, but since it could be brought down, right? How about if you put it lower, right? So a lot of the obelisks that they find are still laying down. They're not erected. They're still laying down in a slot, in a dugout. And maybe that's the way they're supposed to be. But we, of course, I can understand and forgive why we wouldn't know that if it's the case, right? That when they raised it up, right, that it pushed down on a plate that forced hydraulic fluid into a lever system that created a vacuum chamber underground, right? And it has to have an obelisk on top of the vacuum chamber because it's a counterweight to create the pocket where the air, and then they put the parchments there, right? And it's underground, underneath the flood, right? In a solid room, in a room underground, right? With solid walls, right? So that's to give pause. We get the definition to give pause because pause is pertaining to knowledge. Like we're giving pause is to access knowledge. We need to access our knowledge base. Access the knowledge base. So the only symbol they could come up with for pause would be two obelisks and like I think it's misconstrued or maybe come novelty because now we only ever see as one obelisk, right? We don't live in a savanna, so you'll see a obelisk somewhere that's not in a savanna, just like one obelisk. It's just I think it's just misconstrued. I think it's just a misinterpretation. You know, so like I can really only say this to a camera. I can't really tell somebody this because it's like, oh, you're trying to uproot my sense of like, you know, meaning, but to access the is like the concept of giving pause, you need a symbol, and the only one you can have is Solomon's Temple for the remote control, for the VCR, or for the DVD. A square is a land symbol too. A triangle is a fire symbol. And okay, you have two triangles, that's forward, fast forward, and rewind, right? And a circle, record. A circle is it's like, okay, how many things is a symbol for a circle, right? Transformation, revolution, wholeness, a and like oneness, wholeness, completion, uh tr- a revolution, a circle. I didn't say an orb. One revolution is a circle, 360 degrees. Uh, like the symbol for wholeness is a circle. The single, the whole of the single of the one, the whole of the one thing, or something like that. Becoming, that which is becoming is transformation, is transformative. It's but it's a circle. Okay, so on the remote control, it's record, right? It's the record, the record of. It's like the soul is the is the being that. I mean, have you ever heard it said that um, stars are like recorders, or like recording? Plants also the same thing. Like they record moon sequences, and moon sequences are phasing. Moon sequences of the moon is phasing, and plants record it. That's stars record everything that is going on. Like different stars record different goings on. Or stars are brain cells. Stars are brain cells in alignment, coming into alignment on the macrocosm, on the microcosm, and there's worlds within and without. There's like 2 worlds in the microcosm, and 3 in the microcosm. 3 inner worlds and 2 outer worlds. And the outer worlds are petty, deteriorated forms of the microcosm, deteriorated aspects, and they're illusion. But the reason we can exist, or we can manifest within inside of an illusion, is because of the frequency of the flesh, or the vibratory frequency of flesh, in accordance with their density in relationship to plants, right? With relationship to plants, we have a chromosome that expresses itself as a gene that acts like a plant, and a rosebud in the pineal gland. It's like a rosebud, but since it won't blossom like a flower, because it's 20 times denser than flower is the flesh is, and it would crystallize when the crown chakra opens, and or becomes a pillar of salt, right? The crown chakra is above your head. It's the sun above. It's the sun. The second sun is the one in the sky. but it's behind you. They tell, like, it's in the symbol for NBC, or MSNBC, and the peacock, the chocolate colors and the peacock, you know, like an NBC, it opens up like it's a fan, you know, that's the halo. Your halo is opening up, and it's the sun that rises behind your crown chakra when you turn 47, and you could be tested to find out if it's gold. You could be tested. You're ready to be tested. The testing of the gold or something like that. It's like very alchemical, very initiated, very nobility science people, like the ancient science people before the tech. I mean, I'm saying that they were on a marketing campaign that you can consider to be evil, but it wasn't like this. The dregs of the technocratic autocracy is, but like that's Hunter Biden, you know, like those are fucking, the cover up is worse than some, even saying like the cover ups is trying to troll Russia, and a rogue acting troupe, with a bunch of props that would make them look like a satanic cult, and they decide to start practicing their fucking gay ops and shit. The finders and shit. Like, that shit is fucking real, bro. They got caught. They were being questioned. I'm saying they have conflict of interest because they can't be considered grassroots when it's more like a barium meal instead of something where you can respect that the initiates are going to try to help the greater body, which is the population. Like, it's, unless that's a clandestine service that operates within as a sovereign, and we're all just a collective of fodder, like feeder fish, like we're just a food source, then my perspective is that, you know, idealistically they're supposed to propagate a civilized society on the broad spectrum, So I'm not making an argument that they are goody two shoes, fucking wholesome and shit. All I'm saying is all I'm just saying is fucking I forgot. Fucking then I forgot. You know, that's another thing too. Cause now it's just, maybe it's, you know, like I could, you know. I mean, there's already enough about what I was talking about that seems like something going around, fertile grounds for some fuckery or some, then that's distressing than for me to just be like mad because I forget what I was talking about. And I started making a video. By the time I end, I'm like, I have a new mind or something. Shit. So maybe it's all about me.